Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to October Yoga. Got my two teaching buddies here. Timber's over there sunning himself, and Emma is her usual spicy teacher's aide. So this month we're talking about alignment. And if you recall last month in September, I asked you to do a lot of real inward looking at what are the values, the roots, if you will, that sustain you and keep you strong when life throws you a handful of challenges. And those things, a lot of people said, were things like faith, family, integrity, honesty, purpose, passion, creativity, love. And the list goes on and on. And I'm hoping that you were able to really identify four main aspects of you that's in your spirit that keep you steady. And I shared those, the ones that are prominent in me right now. They can kind of change as we go through different seasons, if you will. And I hope that you were able to take a little time to journal on those or write some notes on those, because now I'm going to be inviting you to look at are your actions, your words, and even your thoughts in alignment with the values that you identified that are important to you. Okay, so if gratitude is one of my values, which it is, and I decide to just stop being appreciative to the little things in life and stop paying attention to all that is good, and I start complaining, then that root within the tree that makes up me is going to start to rot, and my tree, me as a being, will not be as stable. So, we're going to talk about alignment in our actions, thoughts, and words. And then in the practice this month, we're going to be using tools like a chair, some yoga blocks. In when I'm going to go in my studio in a couple of weeks, we're going to use the wall. Okay, so we're going to be using tools to help us find. Oh, I'm not a big alignment based teacher. I don't go and correct people and say it needs to be this or it needs to be that. But this month, I'm just going to give you some tips on how to find alignment that might help you feel the sensation in your body in a different way. And if we're looking at alignment in what it looks like in a magazine, I'll give you some tips to kind of just show why those perfect postures have some benefits. Okay, so we're going to use tools. Blocks are one of my favorites. Also a chair. So that's what we're going to have today. I'm going to just move my camera just a tiny bit. I didn't realize it was so low as I stand up, because the practice is going to be standing up today. So go ahead and grab your blocks, grab a chair. You're going to need both. If you don't have blocks and you're local, come to my studio and grab some. I guess I'm okay. Okay, we're still outside, which is amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here. So we're going to start with standing extra tall. Move on over, Em. We're going to start standing extra tall. We're going to grab one of the blocks to start. Okay, so I'm going to put the block between my thighs, not at my knee and not all the way up to the base of my body, just in that inner thigh. And so you can notice by doing this, now all of a sudden my hips, my knees, and my ankles are in a line. So alignment is defined as a line from one to the other. Okay, so my actions, my thoughts, and my words are in alignment with the values that I identified: gratitude, positivity, strength, gratitude, positivity, strength. Can't remember my fourth one. I'll have to pick a new one. All right, so squeeze the block just a little bit. This activates your buns. Toes are forward, heels are back. Turn your palms to the front. Take your shoulders, lift them up to the sky, and roll them down your back. Okay, so just picture for a moment there is a sheet of glass in front of you, a sheet of glass behind you. Make sure that you're not tucking the pelvis back. You're not slumping the shoulders, but you are in alignment. Okay, that's where we're going to start. You're going to grab your other block and place the block between your hands horizontally. You're not going to grip it tight, just place it in the palms. On your next in breath, bring your arms high to the sky. Okay, so my block is up here like this above my head. Keeping your legs squeezing that block, we're going to reach over our head. So this is forcing the arms to be in alignment, right? So I'm just going to show you if I ditch the block, My arms might be too far apart. They might be too close together. They might be too round. But with the block, I've got a line. Inhale up, exhale over. I'm still keeping my body between those sheets of glass. Inhale up, exhale over. So I'm not letting my body dump forward or lean back. Inhale up, exhale over. Come back to the sky and lower the block. Okay, so now that I've given you some tips to think about being in a line, we're going to do that again 2 times each side. Activate the blocks, squeeze, lift your pelvic floor, draw the belly in, shoulders back and down, sheet of glass, sheet of glass. Here we go. Inhale up, exhale, hinge over. Inhale up, exhale, hinge over. One more side each time. Take a breath, exhale over, inhale up, exhale over. Come back to the sky and lower the block. Okay, so we're going to take the blocks and we're going to step our feet super wide. I'm going to turn my right toes towards the short end of my mat and place the block just inside that right foot. Just going to set the other block aside, so I'm not having to move blocks from side to side. If you only have one, it's no big deal. So we're going to come into warrior 2 with a block nearby, because we're eventually going to come to side angle and triangle using the block. The block is bringing the floor 8 inches higher. That's a tool that we need to sometimes get in alignment. Bend your right knee a bunch, tee out your arms, and then imagine your arms in a straight line. So they're not hanging down, wrists aren't bent, long line of energy here. Bend a bunch into your right leg. Okay, so here we are in this straight line. My heart's turning towards you, so I'm not bringing my heart towards my right knee. I'm opening my heart to the long edge of my mat. Drop your right elbow and bring your left arm up and over. So here we have a long diagonal knot line running through the left side. Now I'm going to reach down and put my hand on the block, and look how that affords me to go a little deeper. Okay, now if I was to leave the block, my hand would never make it without coming out of alignment. Look what happens. I start to get wonky through my hips. My heart sinks down. But when I bring the block here, alignment. Okay, so try that. Sink, sink, sink. It's so beautiful. So now my elbow is not touching my thigh. It's just on the inside of my knee. And I'm thinking through the right leg. We're going to be here for a bit. Think a little more. Roll your heart up to the sky. Do you feel how that helped? You're not dumping into the right leg or the right elbow. One more breath. Inhale to rise. Okay, we're going to straighten the right leg. We're going to come into triangle right side using the block. Reach your right hand, tick-tock your left hip. Now let your right hand find the block. Circle your arm and find triangle pose. Now I'm going to show you triangle without the block. If I try to reach for the floor, notice how I just lost all the integrity of my alignment. Bring the block back. I've got integrity. Give it a try. We're going to be here for a bit. Push into the outer edge of the left foot. Soft pressure on the block. We're not drilling. We're not pressing into the wrist at all. Maybe the eyes go up. Imagine your feet pulling the mat into 2 pieces. Push away from each other. One more breath. Bend your right knee. Come back to side angle. And then inhale, we rise. Let's take that to the left side. So right toes forward, left toes to the short end of the mat. The block that you have nearby, just place it on the inside of your left foot. Find warrior 2. Start with the head, lined with the neck, lined with the shoulders, lined with the hips. Tee out your arms. Don't let your wrists be lazy. Strong, okay? Sink into the left leg. We're going to find side angle. We're going to start by finding side angle with the left arm on the left leg. Right arm reaches. You have a long line, okay? Keep that depth, but place your hand on the block. Notice how far you can sink now. And we're not going to play without being in alignment. I'm not going to show you what that looks like because you've seen it, but sink, okay? Feel that. Couple breaths. Tuck that bicep by the ear. Press into the outer edge of the right foot. One more breath. Inhale to rise. Straighten your left leg, same long integrity with the arms. Reach your left hand, tick your right hip up to the sky. Let your left hand find the block. Circle the right arm up and around. How beautiful is that, right? How beautiful when we use a tool. Now, I'm sinking a little bit through my left ribs, so I want to elongate that. So all I did was come to a tripod with my hands. Rather than dumping my ribs down, I lengthen them, and there I am. Couple breaths. Come back to side angle. Inhale to rise. Turn all 10 toes forward, and then we're going to bring the blocks right in front of us. So hands are going to be on the blocks. I'm going to turn so you can see how this halfway lift is accentuated when we use the blocks. Okay, so the toes are forward, the heels are back. Perfect spine here, right? I could have a cup of water on my low back and it would not be spilling whatsoever. This is alignment. Now, if I were to remove the blocks, my hands come down, it's okay, but you can see how I've rounded the spine. I'm not in a halfway lift. I'm in basically halfway to a forward fold. So when I want to find a halfway lift, I lengthen and press my tail back. Now I'm going to come into a fold with the blocks. Take a breath in. Simply bend your elbows, keep the legs straight, tuck your chin, then round. Let's do that again. Halfway lift, press, long spine, long legs. Exhale, bend your elbows, tuck your chin. Try that again. Inhale and exhale. Blocks are amazing. Don't be afraid of them. Inhale, press up. Doesn't mean you're not a good yogi. Exhale, fold. Just one more like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Start to heel and toe your feet in. We're going to come into a halfway lift with feet in the neutral position, which means we're not wide. Okay, so even here, I'm a little bit sloppy. So I'm going to walk the blocks in front again, a little bit further. Straighten everything. So if you have an opportunity just for this month to practice in front of a mirror or practice in front of a window, like a sliding window, I encourage you to do it, not because we're focused on beautiful body looking great. It's about alignment to really get the most benefit from the posture. Take a breath in, bend your knees, bend your elbows, and fold. Straighten everything, spine, arms, and legs. Take a breath. Exhale, bend your knees. One more, inhale. And exhale. Slowly roll the spine up to stand. Leave the blocks where they're at. And then turn again to the long edge of your mat. So how we start to integrate alignment with the values on the yoga mat. Let's say that your value, one of your roots is love, okay? And step Y is love, okay? It's important to me. Love is my fourth one, by the way. We're going to turn the right toes and find warrior two, okay? So here we are in warrior two, no props this time. And we're sinking into warrior two. We take a peek down at our right toe. If you can't see it, that means the knee is not in alignment and needs to open. And we're hanging out in warrior two. We start to have some thoughts about maybe your yoga pants are too tight. Oh, I shouldn't have had that extra slice of pizza. Oh, why are my neighbors so loud? Can't they turn down their music? I'm feeling like I'm not doing this right. Take a breath. Straighten everything. That's not love. Okay. So if the internal dialogue while we're here is not based on your roots of love, because we're practicing it here, we're never going to be able to apply it out there. Bend your knee, find warrior two, peek at your right toe. That's going to indicate if you're in alignment. Feel your body in its amazing grace, amazing body, strength, weakness, pain, ease. feel it all from the lens of love. Right elbow's going to come down to the right thigh. Left arm's going to go up and over. Here's that softer side angle. Okay, we're not using the props this time. Can you find love for your body in the pose? Not criticism, not I'm not good enough, not I wish my yoga pants were too tight. Love. Inhale, rise. Let's find triangle. Reach your right hand. Triangle will be the version that's you, okay? I have my right hand on top of my right shin. I'm going to lean back as if there's a wall supporting me, which we will be doing inside studio in a couple weeks. Here's your triangle. Look through the lens of love, if that's your value. How can you love yourself in this exact breath? Bend your right knee, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. And then rise. Let's try the other side. So we find deep alignment by using the props first. Then we come into a more natural and organic posture series, same series, through the lens of one of your values. If one of your values is strength like me, then let's step into it. Let's step into strength. Bend your left knee. Find power in the pose. Tap into the value that you identified. This side, we're going to go strength. Okay? Watch what happens. If I'm thinking in strength, I'm going to sink. Okay? I'm going to be powerful. Now I'm going to shift my thinking to weakness and focus on pain or focus on I'm not good enough. Drop your left arm and just be lazy here, right? I don't have strength. I don't have strength. I'm not good. I'm not strong. Find it and reach for it. See the difference? It's all thought. Inhale up. Find triangle from strength. Reach for it. Okay? Feel the muscles in your body, your heart pumping, the oxygen coming in and out of your nose. Feel it. That's you. That's power. That's strength. Bend your knee. Rise up. Turn all 10 toes. Let's take the forward fold. Let it be soft, organic, that's in alignment with you, with you, with you, with you. Okay? Let's say one of your values that you identified is positivity, and you find yourself criticizing your body, criticizing the day, criticizing what may or may not happen in the future. That is not in alignment with your values. Turn your toes out. Have a seat on the horse. Arms go wide. Find alignment. Tuck your tail. Lean back. So when we're in alignment physically, we may not go as deep. And a perfect example of this is when we come into a low lunge. And I'll carry that over into next week. But that's where I see triangle and low lunge is where I see lizard lunge the most misalignment, because we want to appear to be going deeper, but we're so far out of alignment, our body's not reaping the benefits of the pose. Now, find some alignment here. Sink, lean back, tee out your arms, hold it. What are your values? In this posture, are you in alignment? Are you in alignment? Are you loving yourself? Are you positive? Are you strong? Are you graceful? Take a breath and rise up. Walk your toes in. Stand tall. Come back to where we began, Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, so just notice without the block between your legs. Are your toes turned out? Is your tail tucked? Are you slouching your shoulders? Find the same alignment you did with the block. Turn your palms. Squeeze your legs. Activate them. Close your eyes. Picture yourself as this gorgeous tree. Picture the roots that are underneath the tree that we see, the trunk, the leaves, the branches. The body is your tree. Your spirit and your values are your roots. That's where we're going to go this month. I hope that you'll stick with me. Here's what I want to tell you about the chair, okay? If you don't have access to blocks, check this out. I'm just going to show you a way to use the same concept without blocks, okay? I'm going to come into warrior two. Whoa. I'm going to rest my hand on the seat, side angle, okay? So I've really brought the floor higher. That's about 2 blocks stacked on top of each other height. Come up. Here's triangle pose. I reach, I rest, I reach, okay? So if your body says, hey, I can't even get to triangle with the block because I have something going on in my body or I'm too tight physically, use a chair, okay? We're going to use a chair in other ways in the coming weeks. Here's how you use a chair. for the halfway lift, okay? Wide or neutral. Hands rest on the back of the chair or even the seat of the chair. I've just brought the floor higher. That's all I'm doing. Look at those straight legs, straight spine. Take a breath, bend everything and fold. So look around your home, look around your space. Utilize what you have. We're going to be coming to some railing work, using a railing or a wall, or in my studio, I have a beautiful railing. We're going to be utilizing a lot of what's around our space to find alignment. That's the physical part. And we're going to tune into our emotions as we're in the physical part and say, hey, am I really practicing self-love right now? Am I practicing this? Am I practicing positivity? Am I practicing strength, or am I just kind of going through the motions? Okay. And what happens is when we really tune our awareness into alignment while we're here on the yoga mat, we start to realize that out there in the world, we can apply the same principles of, as I'm interacting with people in my life, am I coming through with love? Am I acting in a way that's hopeful and positive? Am I strong with the boundaries I might need to have, or strong for other people? How am I showing up in the world based on my values? That's where the proof goes into the pudding. Okay. And so we're going to work on this all month long. We got a nice long month to really dive into this. And then if you have questions, if you need extra help with figuring out what things to have in your house, an ottoman, a bench, a table, a chair, blocks, just reach out to me. I'm happy to give you some tips on how your body can find that physical alignment. And then you got to do the work on this. All right. I will see you next Sunday for more Sunday series.